So the recording has been started. Please proceed.
Okay, so okay. So good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you to the orientation meet of the AnalytIQs Club. I am Anuva Kaushik, and joining me today is Sarkar and our core team members, along with you all. We are both students currently pursuing our diploma from the prestigious BS degree program in Data Science and Applications offered by IIT Madras. We are both deeply passionate about data and analytics, as you all are, and we are thrilled to be a part of this vibrant, growing community of like minded individuals. It's truly inspiring to see such a fantastic turnout of students here today. So let's next start it. So now let me walk you through what the Analyt IQs Club is all about. We are a student led initiative built for data enthusiasts like you, people who love solving real world problems and are curious about how analytics drives insight and decisions. Our vision is simple yet powerful: to create a data driven community that encourages critical thinking and empowers students to go through collaboration. Our mission is to bridge the gap between academics and industry by promoting hands on learning, mentorship, and practical experiences. So, now you might be wondering, what are the benefits of this club? So, there will be mentor sessions, there will be weekly quizzes, there will be infographic reels and short form content to learn on the go. Of course, there will be networking, community building activities, and team challenges, and you will be getting a ton of opportunities for students to showcase their knowledge and speak at sessions. So, why join us? So, all of us need to develop real world data skills to enter corporate world. Of course, there will be you have to build your network and connect with industry professionals. There will be opportunity to present in front of your peers and boost your resume and soft skills like public speaking. Next. Here's a glimpse of the key activities that make our club exciting and dynamic. There will be weekly data quizzes. There will be micro tutorials and quick learning reels. There will be mentorship programs and Q&As. There will be mini data challenges. There will be fun stuff like meme contests, visualization battles, and data games. There will be workshop on tools like Excel, Power BI, SQL, and Python. And there will be active peer learning through WhatsApp groups too. Next. So what are our upcoming plans? So, of course, you'll be provided certifications and you will be learning through tool-based workshops. There will be hackathons and analytics challenges. There will be collaborative projects within the club. And of course, you'll be learning about resume building and LinkedIn, and you'll be getting LinkedIn portfolio tips. Next, our WhatsApp groups are going to remain active for discussions related to data analytics. There will be peer learning. Of course, there will be solving problems together, and you'll be free to ask any questions with mentors and our alumni. Next. Students will be actively participating in quizzes and meets and will be asking questions. Will get weekly shoutouts on Instagram. You will be sharing data tips, memes, reels, or trends in data, and you will be on spotlight for active participation and creative data. And every creative data storyteller will be in spotlight on our Instagram and LinkedIn page. You will be getting a monthly feature post. You'll be getting a monthly feature post you will be getting a monthly feature post and you can be sharing your data projects. Now, before we dive in, let me introduce you to our core team members. So me and Sarthak are the coordinators of this club, the Analyt IQs. Next, our graphic design team includes Dhruv Kumar, Yogesh Pandey, Mayukha, Varsha Sinha, Jagriti Sahil, Krishna Chaudhary, Rajan Bharadwaj, Uttam Tiwari, Harshad Dhage, Yoshit Kesri, and Sahil. Our social media team includes Khushi Tiwari, Yoshit Kesri, Sahil, Mehak Aghari, Krishna Chaudhary, Sanat Yashovardhan, and Varsha Sinha. Our content writer team includes Yashovardhan, Khushi, Shobhit, Varsha, Harshad, Krishna, Sahil, Sanat, and Manthan. Our PR and outreach team includes Pragya, Rajan, Yoshit, Thirumala, Akansha, Manohar, Tarasana, Sahil, Shreyakar, Manthan, and Shresh. Our research and quiz team includes Dhruv Kumar, Kanchan, Krishna, Srishti, Sana, Yashovardhan, Nuria, Shivangi, Akansha, Rajat, Yoshit, and Rishu. Our research and quiz team again includes Sahil, Shreyaskar, Srishti, Varsha, Yashovardhan, Vedha, Shobit, and Shresh. Our video editing team includes our very loved Uttam Tiwari. So, if you have any Q&As about anything related to the club, you are free to ask right now.
Go ahead, go ahead. No need to raise your hand if you are first. Vicky Thakur, yes, go ahead with your question.
Yeah, my question is, I am in currently in foundation level, second sem. So it is okay, like I can join now, or it is good to
Yeah,
join
it's
after?
for all. It's open to all. Means you can join. You also want to learn. So we all are students, and there are maximum foundation students are there in this club. So you can also join.
Okay,
There is no
okay.
restriction in joining the clubs. Any clubs you if you want to join, you can join.
And my one more questions, since I have like 7 years experience, I'm currently working also.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm working with NIC. So how this club will help me to get a new job role or any kind of things, if it is okay.
Uh, we will have multiple events planned up. So
Okay,
currently today only we have a speaker session after the orientation. In half an hour we will have a speaker session. So then
okay.
you will learn it. Join our club. I have pasted the form in the chat box. I have also pinned it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. So you can fill out the form. It will and join the WhatsApp group, and you can join.
I have joined the WhatsApp group already.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, thank you for your reply.
Anyone else want to ask any questions?
So, now it's time for the highlight of today's session, our guest speaker session. We are honored to welcome a truly inspiring figure in the field of data science, Ms. Ankita Sarkar. She is a PhD scholar at the School of AI and Data Science, IIT Jodhpur, and has a solid academic foundation with a master's degree in data science. But what makes her journey especially remarkable is a transition from a core engineering background into the world of data. She also brings industry experience from her role as a data analyst at AbbVie USA. Today she'll be speaking on the topic from transition to transformation, the role of data analytics in diverse fields. We are extremely excited to hear from her, learn from her experiences, and get a glimpse into how data is transforming industries across the globe. So, without further ado, please join me in warmly welcoming Ms. Ankita Sarkar.
Thank you, Anuva, for this wonderful introduction. I guess I can take it over from now. I would like to share my
Yes,
screen.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Sure.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. It is visible.
Sure, I would like to start now. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here today. As Anuva introduced me, but again, I would like to say I am Ankita Sarkar. I am a PhD scholar in the School of AI and Data Science at IIT Jodhpur. I have worked on fascinating problems across healthcare, pharma, and AI. But before I became a data person, I was a hardcore engineering student, just like many of you. So today I want to take you through a journey from my transition to transformation. and the role of data analytics in diverse fields. And I would like to take you on the walk of how data analytics has shaped industries but has also changed my own career and the worldview. Let's start, keep it very simple. First, okay, I came up with this meme before I was joining this meeting. So when I say I'm a data analyst, and when either any of you say this, what do your friends think? Your friends think you are some hardcore coder. Your parents, because any computer science degree you do, you are supposed to make sense of the Wi-Fi in the home if the Wi-Fi doesn't work. The society thinks that data scientists and data analysts are people who use infographics and graphs to throw jargons around and make nothing makes sense. But what I actually have a data scientist has been doing, I have been getting value errors when I convert my string to float. As simple as that. So yeah, first is the introduction part. So what is data analytics? Would anyone from the crowd like to answer this question?
Analyzing the raw data and making some predictions and guesstimates from it to conclude something in the future.
Okay. What's your name? I couldn't see your name. Could you give your name?
I am Sohail Akhtar.
Oh, Sohail, that is a wonderful answer. Sohail has summarized this very well. So, data analytics is nothing, just using data. So, I know you are in students in college. You must have played treasure hunt and so on. So, in treasure hunt, you have clues. The clues are the answer, are the stepping stone of reaching to the answer. In real world problem, this stepping stone is data. So, use data to handle to get inferences or to handle problems and get their solution. Now, we live in a world where decisions without data are like flying blind. So, whether it is your favorite Netflix recommendation or predicting a medical emergency, data is behind all of that. Next, my personal journey. So, before I started out, I was in a core engineering background. I have a undergraduate degree in metallurgy and materials engineering. But I'll tell you how I organically shifted from a core engineering to a data science and an AI PhD in data science and AI. So when I was in my third year, I was selected for an internship in Tata Steel Jamshedpur. So metallurgy and materials deals with metals, and Tata Steel Jamshedpur is also something that works on the metal-based industry. So my work was supposed to be based on metallurgy, but then I was offered a project which was basically analyzing data and seeing how different kind of input works and how the blast furnace performs. So blast furnace is a machinery that converts core iron into steel. So I was given this data set. Now I was supposed to come up with how I could implement the changes and make it work on the blast furnace in Jamshedpur. That was my first stint with data science and data analytics as such. Then I was the lucky few that graduated during COVID-19 2020. I graduated in 2020. So I got a job online. The job, as in it was a remote job. So the job needed me to again, it was a data analyst job. What I did over there was we were given data and lots of data. If I try to explain to you the amount of data that was given, I would not be able to explain you had to see to understand the amount of data that we were given at that time. So it was a humongous amount of data, and with the data we had to make sense of what is going to be the incentive of a representative who works in USA. So that was my job with AbbVie USA. Then after doing these things, I realized I always had a love for maths. So I realized probably data science is now a buzzword. So I should probably explore more into this. And then I proceeded and did my master's in data science. Also during my master's, I have worked with L&T in a project of data analytics. So that was again a project where I had to take input files of PDFs and convert it into editable files. that I had done. So these all things motivated me to enter into the data science domain. Now the challenges that I faced, challenges were a lot. So first challenge that I faced, learning programming from scratch. Now I had programming course when I was in my BTech first year, but as first years, I never bothered to put my focus on studies. Instead, I focused on all extracurricular activities that I did not do during my school time, like 11, 12. I am sure you guys are doing that, but don't take it, and trust me, you guys are on the right path. Enjoy as much as you can, explore as much as you can in your first year and throughout your whole engineering career, I would say. Another thing, even though I love maths, but still I felt overwhelmed by the amount of maths that was there in data science and data analytics. Also, another sure thing, like we are always worried about log kya kahenge. I had to face that too. When I switched career and people said, you are too late. You have done a bachelor's degree in metallurgy materials, and why do you want to transition into data analytics now? So, but even after these many challenges, here is what helped me. I would put it in 3 C's. First is curiosity. I have always been the person who keeps on asking why. I don't know if you guys know about this movie. There's a movie of Paresh Rawal where he asks a lot of questions, and what his parents, not his parents, I'm not sure who does that. They put a question mark on his forehead. So when I was a kid, my parents used to say, we would put a question mark on your forehead because you keep on asking so many questions. But that inquisitiveness is what I believe helped me to excel in my life. Second is consistency. See, you might feel data science, data analytics is a buzzing field. So I'll do 1, 2 projects and I'll be a data scientist. No. Do take small steps, but take steps every single day of your life. Every single day, learn something. Every single day, do a project. And that would help you have a very strong foundation and would help you tackle any problems that you have. And the next is the community. The community, you have to reach out to people. It is never a standalone journey where you think you can do it all by yourself. Never. Did anyone say something? I guess that was okay. Fine, I'll continue. So I would say join online courses, join groups. There have been times when I have joined Discord groups of Python and I have sat there, asked them codes about questions about my course. The questions were very silly. I could have easily searched it on Google, but still reaching out to a person and the person explaining it to me helped me a lot. So I would highly recommend you to come together in groups or to reach out to Kaggle communities, do Kaggle challenges, reach out to anyone you can on LinkedIn so that you get that support to doing data analytics. My message is it's okay to pivot, but it's okay to not have all of it figured out. Just the thing would be keep on doing things over and over so that you get an expertise. So the next is demystifying data analytics. So we have discussed about what is data analytics. Does anyone know about the 4 types of data analytics that are usually there?
No idea, ma'am.
Okay. So every question that you like, we say there are 4 Ws, right? What, why, when, where. So like that in data analytics also, there are 4 parts. One is descriptive, which is asking the question, what has happened? That is basically, and real life example of that would be from my job, would be a monthly sales report that we used to get of the medicine. So that tells me what has happened. Next is diagnostic. As the name suggests, it is finding the reason of why something has happened, as in getting to the root cause of it. So another example I'll take from my job is we used to analyze why the sales has dropped, what has been the reason. Like during COVID, I remember an anecdote. So basically during COVID, the medicines that were of flu, the sales of it was skyrocketing, whereas other medicines were not skyrocketing, but still they were increasing. Like there was a medicine related to stomach ailment. See, the thing is, during COVID, people were suffering from flu-like symptoms, and they used to take flu medicines so as they could be feeling better. But also with that, there was also a illness that was stomach ailment. So hence, directly there was a link, and hence this we could find out a reason of why this sales of stomach ailment stomach ailment medicine was getting on more. Next is predictive. So this is like what could happen, trying to see what could happen in the future. Now during COVID-19, the sale of flu medicines was too high, but assuming that the sale of COVID-19 flu medicines would be so high even after the next 5 years would have been a loss causing factor. So you have to be very dynamic in your thinking of what could happen in the future and hence do the predictive analysis. And last one is the prescriptive, that is what should we do. So that is optimizing the strategies. You could come up with a numerous number of strategies, but the best strategy needs to be applied. Getting to the best strategy is what you do in prescriptive analytics. So the typical data analytics workflow is as follows. Number one, data collection. As simple as that. Anything you do, you start with data. Next, and one of the things that I like about data and I dislike as well is the fact that data is a very messy thing to begin with. Like you get data, it is never, almost never will you be getting the data in the clean form. Always it would have some kind of noise, errors that would hamper. So the first step is you will have to clean the data. And why I like this step is that you never know what is the pattern of the noise or the pattern of the input that is there. You could have a flowchart, a spreadsheet of ages of people, and you could see ages of people as 1233, something like that. So every time the pattern, or you could sometimes see in the age column, you could see someone having age as F, female. So you never know how messy the data can be. It is always a new challenge to working with on cleaning the data. Next is analyzing and visualization. So you can do this using tools such as Python, Excel, Power BI. So these tools help you. Again, if I give you a spreadsheet of data, I am guaranteeing this, no one of us can make out anything out of that spreadsheet of data. But if we convert the data into, say, something like a pie chart or a histogram, I'm sure 99% of us would be able to come up with what the data is trying to convey. So that is the importance of analysis and visualization. So till now I've talked about data. One main factor that I have not mentioned is the data and the domain knowledge. So, of course, now I was talking about some metallurgy data. It made sense to me because I came from a metallurgy materials background. But if I am to randomly throw that data at any one of you, I am sure the first 2 days you would be perplexed at what the data is trying to convey. So this requires a bit of a domain knowledge, the interpretation and decision making. So whatever data you are given, you are supposed to know how the data was collected, what the data was used for, which equipment it was collected, and what do you want to do with it in the future, and a bit of a domain knowledge so that you can interpret it and make better decision. Okay, next up we have the application across diverse fields. So data analytics can be applied across diverse fields. But here I have mentioned about 4 because I have had first hand or second hand experience with all of this. First is healthcare. As I talked to you before this talk, just I was working on a predictive model that classifies cancer cells and various kind of brain tumor cells so that we can understand how well a treatment will work on the tumor. So I work mainly on healthcare domain. I have also worked on a project where I have tried to use ultrasound image data to understand if the brain of a fetus is normal or abnormal. So in healthcare, you can have numerous predictive models that can help to identify early signs of diseases. So that's there. So business, we have been seeing this on the first hand. The recommender systems that we see, Netflix, Amazon, Spotify, all of us might have some recommendations, and around 70% of time, the recommendations are suited to what we want or what we are looking forward to. So that is where data analytics is used in business. So in education, again, I have an story to share. Today only, I was working on a course feedback. So the course feedback, what is it? That is collected from the students of my college. The course feedback is again data. That feedbacks helps the educators and the college authorities understand what is happening in the course, how tough the course is, how the students would be performing, and accordingly it helps them to manage the courses. And the last that I have is AI for social good. So I have a friend of mine who has been working on creating a mental health chatbot for the for my college students that is at IIT Jodhpur. So he is working to understand what are the major mental health issues that students have been facing. He has been taking anonymous inputs from the students, and based on that he's trying to build a chatbot. Again, chatbot is a AI based application, but the backing of the application is by data that he's collecting. So this is how you see how abundantly data has been used throughout, and these are my first hand experiences. Okay, so couple of projects that I have worked on. I have talked in detail about the blast furnace project that I have, and the incentive calculation that we used for the reps. So reps are basically salespeople who you work at AbbVie USA. So during COVID-19, again, we could not reach out to any one of them physically. All was through data. So through data, the language that we spoke, I understand we speak Indian English and they speak the US English, but the communication was seamless. Why? Because of the fact the language that we use was data. So what I'm trying to emphasize is that data is kind of the ultimate truth that you can get, that cannot be hampered in any way, and data speaks volumes. So again, this was another project that I have done, which was like extracting tables. So in this, how data helped me? So in Larsen and Toubro, which is a construction-based company, the tables that were generated, that tables are of more of the construction domain work. So the model that I built was trained on the kind of tables that were construction based. So my model was able to learn that. Okay, coming up to the pathway and the career advice. So the roles that you can get in data analytics. First would be a data analyst, which is trying to make sense of the data and create reports. Second is a data scientist, which is what I prefer to call myself now, because I am, what a data scientist does is they build model and and make predictions. Next is a data engineer who builds the data pipeline. And the fourth one that I haven't mentioned would be a business analyst who bridges data and decision making. So the thing is, you can play around with data in many kind of ways. You need to understand which part of the pipeline do you lie in, are your skills the best, and you would have to choose a profile based on that. And one thing I would say is that the mindset matters more than the tools. First advice I'll always say is be curious. Ask questions, no matter if people laugh at you and say that this is a silly question or this is too simple. No question is ever too silly. Believe me on that. Ask questions as much as you can. You can reach out to me via LinkedIn and you can ask me question. I'll be happy to help you all, but make sure you ask questions. And this is just not for the talk. I am saying it. I mean it word to word that asking questions is what will take you from a good data scientist or a good data analyst to the brilliantest data analyst or data scientist. Another thing I have said before, I'll repeat again, is be persistent, small steps every day. Because every analyst was a beginner. 4 years back, if you would have told me I am working with data science and doing a PhD in AI on data science, I would never have believed myself. I was in the exact same place that you guys are. But still, since I kept on doing it every single day, okay, I might be lying if I say I did it every single day, every second day, but still I kept on building on that. So that would be my suggestion to keep on moving forward. Third, be practical. Don't just think that you will bring a big model or a big AI system to do a big thing, something like that, and make it sound fancy and you would be a data scientist. No. Something as small as Kaggle, a Kaggle notebook, or maybe an Excel project, or a internship or a project with your friends will help you go a long way. Okay, we have come to the end. I have a game to play with you guys. So I have talked a lot about data. Like if you count the number of times I have said data, I think so I would be ashamed. So the now what I want from all of you is that when you go from this talk, you all have a small project to work on. So I have 3 images. From these 3 images, we will try to understand what could be the data that can be generated that we can get from these 3 images. So would anyone want to take a try on this one? So this is a crowded city intersection. So what do you think is the data that is being used here? And what kind of project can you do based on the data?
Number of people crossing the street per day can be a data that we can get from this picture.
Okay.
And the data relating to the crowd of people there.
Okay. And can you come up with a project of what you can do with the crowd of people?
We can have a like algorithm which will predict amount of crowd we will get at a particular time in a day,
Okay.
or we can have a ML algorithm based on like what days are the most crowded days, like Friday and weekends, so on.
Excellent, excellent. This is the answer I was looking for. So,
In the same lines, ma'am, in the same lines, actually, we can have a directional also. I mean to say, if the junction is so busy kind of thing, there should be a railway station or a bus stand kind of thing, which is traveling kind of thing. That is necessary for the people who are out there. We need to find out the intricacy, means what is the need for that van, and we need to apply the algorithm or the requirement according to that particular requirement to enhance the efficiency of the amenity that is happening. Also, the people's requirement will be fulfilled so fast, kind of thing. That's what my prediction is.
could you give me your name? I cannot see your name.
I'm Bhaskar.
Oh, okay. Bhaskar,
Uh,
this was an excellent answer. So, yeah, as Bhaskar said, we could come up with an alternative, maybe a bus stand or a highway, a separate highway running parallel to it. We could get that. So the data could justify why that is needed. We could build a model for that. So whoever has commented on this, has spoken up on this, I request you guys to try to get a data set from Kaggle on this and to build a model. You can start somewhere. So I would suggest starting here. So the next one, where do you think data is being used here in a hospital? The people who have responded, please don't respond. I want someone else from the crowd to take a try.
Well, what we can have is to have an algorithm which can give us a real-time bed information system.
Excellent.
Ma'am, maybe they are measuring the glucose levels here.
Okay. And how can you use that data? One has, who was that who said that bed information, real-time bed information?
Myself.
Yes, that informations and how many patients will be there.
Exactly. So yeah, this could be there. And someone was talking about glucose. They are measuring the glucose.
Ma'am, we
Yes,
can
ma'am.
also, ma'am, can I speak?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
We can also see if there are common symptoms between any of them to predict if there is any kind of virus or disease is coming up.
This is an excellent take on this. Honestly, I did not think of this. So I would suggest you to look into data that would help you get this information and build a model. I don't think so. This has been like the grouping, the clustering has been done very widely. So this is a very innovative project. You can look into that.
Daily use of
Yeah,
medicine for in the hospital, we can collect the data that how much medicines are getting consumed, what kind of medicine are getting consumed, and what is the age of the people are coming into our hospital.
Yep, that can also be done.
and
So
ma'am
what
also
else?
we can create some kind of algorithm in which we can create some data and predictions according to the localities or suppose of the hospital. Like we can circulate in multiple hospitals and we can analyze some data regarding the localities which are prone to some particular disease and all.
Okay. Yeah,
Can I
that's
speak,
also,
ma'am?
yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Like how a staff, like the number of staffs, can take care of the people at one time.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's a good one. How a staff can take care of multiple people.
yes, multiple patients at one time, so that we could have the number of staff which will be available for every patient.
Yep. That is also an excellent project. I hope whoever is suggesting me projects is noting it down. I would genuinely love for you guys to work on this projects, and you can reach out to me via, I'll give you my socials. So I would love for you to start doing this project.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yep. Anything else on this image?
And ma'am, we can also, from a business perspective, we can have a dynamic pricing according to the seasonal trends, like what time the beds were completely full, so that at that time we can increase the prices of like bed. It is not like human humanity is missing, but yeah,
Exactly.
we can do that from business perspective.
What I would suggest to you is that you could do this project. Of course, this is a very good project, but maybe on a separate kind of data set, maybe something related to hotel rooms, not hospitals. Because since you have the power of data, I don't think so you can misuse it.
Yeah.
But that's a good take. Okay. So I would build up the last image. What do you think the data is used for here? I'm sure every one of you has used food delivery apps.
Here it will be kind of like a recommender system. If you order pizzas a lot, then the first recommendation to you should be the if you order from Domino's, the first recommendation for you should be that you might want to repeat order that if you're ordering it every weekend. And they would try to suggest you some new unique items as well, because they want to diversify their portfolio. So they will show one trendy item, two items which are regular to you, kind of like nudge economics, and some items where it's like a margin booster for them. They'll add that also in the recommendation top view.
Excellent, excellent. That is a very inclusive answer of what you can do with the data in the app, food delivery apps. Anyone else?
Using the data from the recently ordering, and the apps can outreach their customers, those who frequently order in the apps, yeah, regarding the orders or offers they're providing. That could be helpful for the sales.
Yes, the offers. So a regular
And
customer. Yeah, please go ahead.
we can also recommend places which are nearby, like give a preference to that.
Okay, that's a good one.
We can also help the restaurants by telling them that the orders, most orders are placed from this locality. So if the restaurant is far from that, they can possibly open a new outlet in that place, so that they can gain offline customers also. So we can help restaurants by that drastically.
That is an excellent take. That is a project. How do you uh, plan on using the data from a food delivery app to do that?
And
Like
also
they,
mention,
they will charge delivery charges on minimal distance, right? So for 5 kilometer, below 5 kilometers, delivery charge will be like free or somewhat minimal 20 rupees. So
Oh,
based on if the more orders are from larger distance, so they can possibly take an field visit to take to open a new outlet and gain more offline customers.
yep. Thank you for giving me your insight on.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, also we can analyze when customers are more likely to engage with ads at a particular time, because not everyone is available onto app every time. So we can analyze a particular time and then build a project accordingly to provide to provide with ads at a certain time.
Yep. Yep. Totally. We can do that. I think so. Swiggy does that, right? Swiggy comes up with random
Yes,
food
ma'am.
suggestions. But this is a project you can start with. Yep.
I have extension to that. Actually, we have ability to store their data related to time, what time they uh, mostly order food, and we can offer coupons in off hours, like when they are mostly don't order foods. But at that time, if they see coupons, so at the off hours also they can buy food from there.
Yeah. Totally. That can also be done. Anyone else has any inputs?
We can create a customer behavioral recommendation. For example, someone is buying mostly pizzas, and it is mostly at the weekend. So we can uh, ping them like, hey, this is going a offer. Just go and buy, like that. We can have a, what was that term? Compulsive.
Notification.
Yeah, what
Economic.
I don't remember.
Okay. No, no.
Yeah,
It's
we
all.
can have that.
Hello.
Yeah. I,
It's all right if you don't recall the word.
so we can get them as soon as, like, compulsive buyness, I think, whatever. So they will buy at that time. We can understand their behavior.
Okay. That's also an excellent answer. So, if I'm not wrong, I think we have discussed around 17 to 20 projects. So, how many people are there on this meeting? Uh, I'll just stop presenting. Okay, so there are 91 people. We have 20 projects, and I guess by changing it a bit here and there, we can easily get 50 projects. So can I get a show of hands who are going to be working on the projects that they have discussed? And I would like all hands to be risen up. Yeah, excellent, excellent. I see, keep on seeing people raising their hands. That's all I want you guys to take away from this talk. I want you all to start something. Start somewhere, you will reach somewhere. That history has been showing us that wherever you start, you reach someplace. And that being said, I have reached to the end of my talk. Anyone has any queries, please feel free to ask them to me.
Ma'am,
Hi,
can
ma'am.
I ask?
Yeah, I would appreciate if you go one by one.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. I'm Dr. D. Ramakrishna. Actually, your topic is very similar to me. Actually, my journey is also a transition from English literature to data science. It's a very unusual. Of course, it is somewhat similar to you, but in my case, it is unusual. I'm working as an assistant professor of English, but recently, I got some interest in doing data science. Particularly, I'm interested in NLP, natural language processing, because it is I can use my linguistic knowledge and programming in that area. So I want to do my further research in NLP. For that, I want some strong foundation in data science that can be great help for me. So as you mentioned, you said before doing some greater things, we have to start some small projects. That's a good takeaway from this webinar. I used to think for Western world we have ChatGPT, and for Chinese there is a DeepSeek. Why Indians we are unable to come up with an app like ChatGPT or DeepSeek? Because there is no dearth of intellectual people in India, but we are unable to create an app similar in those lines, because those are foreign to Indian culture or Indian legal system and many things. So if Indians are able to create such I don't know whether they are NLP models, so that is more suitable to us. If that is a big dream, as you mentioned, I'll begin with smaller projects, and I see how far I can go. This is, when I have seen that title, it's more suitable to me because it is a transition for me towards a transformation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Ramakrishna. I would suggest you to start small. Even now, I have explored a bit of NLP that I was mentioning about my project in Larson and Tubro. So, NLP, the thing I realized, you start again with small projects, statistics, machine learning, deep learning, and then you enter into NLP. Because when you will do the NLP projects, you will be able to use your linguistic skills, but in addition to that, the models that you need to build have to come from maths and CS background. So that can be done by you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I wish you luck. Next question,
Thank
please.
you.
Ma'am, can I speak?
Yeah, sure.
My question is a bit personal. So I want to ask to you that why did you choose to do PhD in data science instead of getting into jobs? Like, are you interested in research or will you go for jobs eventually?
Uh, so see, I am a person. If I am to brand myself in one line, I would say jack of all trades, master of none. But there's a part of this. I know you surely must have heard this line, but there is a part to it that we do not know commonly. Jack of all trades, master of none, but it is better than being master of one. So this has always been my agenda to explore various things, and I have explored corporate culture, and I have also explored research culture. What I personally liked was research culture more than corporate. So that is why I chose to do a PhD in AI and data science, and I wish to continue in this research domain only. I hope I have
Can
answered your question.
Yeah, but can you specify like what are the disadvantages of corporate sector and what are the advantages in like research so that we can get a clear idea? For me, I'm very confused in whether to pursue research or whether to go for corporate jobs. So it's a bit of dilemma for me.
Okay.
So I want to get your perspective on that.
So see, I would not classify something as a advantage or a disadvantage. What I'll say is something that worked for me. So corporate, you have a scheduled time that you are supposed to report from 9 to 5. But in research, there is a bit of flexibility. I enjoy that flexibility a bit. That is one of my factors. Maybe you could be a person who thrives in 9 to 5 situation. So again, the answer is not a very clear cut answer of what work for me will work for you. It doesn't work that way. It's just the facts that some things I do not personally like. That's why I did not choose corporate. Like, I do not like reporting to bosses and going for meetings. I would like to be holed up in a place, just doing my work and showing up in front of my supervisor once a week. So that attracted me more towards research. And the fact that corporate, sometimes there are R&D cells in corporate, but again, I said in the talk that I am always a why, how, that kind of person. So I thought I could explore that more, which I have been able to explore more in my research career. So that's why I choose research.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Uh, yeah, Vani, unmute yourself. Vani, I'm audible. Okay, next one, Kashish, unmute yourself. Hello.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, please go ahead.
I have a doubt in course selection in offline college. I haven't joined the offline college yet, but I have completed this PS in data science from IITM 1 year. I have completed 1 year. So, is it better to choose a CS related degree in offline college or to choose any core mechanical job, mechanical or AAA? Which is better, ma'am? But my interest mostly aligns on tech programming, tech enthusiast. I'm more like that now. So,
Okay,
what would
so
you suggest me?
what is your future goal? What do you want to become? What do you see yourself working as?
My inspiration is Tony Stark, Iron Man, ma'am. So, I want to become
Sorry.
a tech enthusiast like Elon Musk.
Oh, okay. That's a
Yeah,
big one.
but I don't know what degree to choose.
Okay, so you prominently are interested in tech and you would want to continue working in tech. Is that correct, Sohil?
Yes, ma'am. That what motivates me.
Okay. So I would suggest a CS degree would be a better one if you are looking to be in the tech. So CS, as of now, CS is not strictly computer science, I would say. CS is computer science plus allied degrees. So CS would help you set the foundation and the domain knowledge, the domain that you work on. Like Elon Musk, you said. So he has been building electric vehicles and he has been exploring many things. So again, that's a domain knowledge, and I am sure of that. If you have such big dreams, you are going to fulfill that, and you will have people working along with you that would be giving you the domain knowledge. So I would always suggest a degree in CS is better.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you so much for your insight, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hello.
Okay, I have two main questions to you. One is crazy, one and is as usual. So first thing is being in a field of data science. I am currently working as I am supposed to work as a data analyst. So I suddenly wanted to change as a data scientist or a data engineer. So what's your insights about changing or what should be? Please guide us from there.
So you want to work as a data scientist or a data engineer? I'm sorry, I couldn't get your question.
Data scientist.
Okay, and right now you are a student of data analytics.
Yeah, data analytics.
So you want to know the pipeline of how to go from data analytics to data scientist. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are on the right path. Data analytics is the first step of data scientist. So data analytics, you get the data, you predict out of this. But since the data amount is so huge, you cannot always keep on making models on Excel or small models on Python so that you can predict it. So you need models that can be thinking and that are trained to think like human. So that is when the job of data scientist comes in. So you deploy AI models, you build AI models, and so on. So you are on the right path. First, start with data analytics. Once you feel pretty confident on data analytics, you can use the same data to replicate what you are thinking into a model so that the work is automated. And once the work is automated, you are a data scientist then.
Yes, ma'am. And the second question is, what's your insights about the roles of a data scientist in the Indian marketing, in India software
Sorry,
culture?
your voice is cracking through.
Uh, what your insights about roles of data science in India, ma'am?
Okay. So right now I would say data science is booming in India. Honestly, it's booming. Every second person I see is working in a data science job. Now, what you might think is data science is a very new field. It has come up just now, but it is not like that. It's the fact that these jobs were termed differently. So now they say data scientists to club it all up together and make it a umbrella term. But before, what it was a, what do you say, statisticians, analysts, and engineers, so on. So the roles are booming, and if you want to go for data science, you can totally go for that, because depending upon the domain, depending upon the role, there are numerous things that you could be doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Uh, Next one, Manisha. You want to ask something? Hello, am I audible?
ये फिल्म कहाँ चली बंद करो.
Hello, next one. Who want to ask? Ayush, are you there?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, you're audible. You can go ahead.
Okay. Like you presented that three images, and some of guys gave their insights from that images. So I want to ask you, what is more important, finding insights from data or presenting them well?
Finding insights from data and presenting them well.
Or presenting them well.
Okay.
What is more important?
I would choose a diplomatic answer, which is both of them. You cannot present the insights from data. Could you please repeat your question again? I just
Okay. What is more important, like finding insights from data or present the data in well manner?
okay. So you can never present data in a good manner if you do not get insights from data. These are sides of two sides of a coin. If you get insights, that is when you would be able to present it well. So none of them hold absolute like importance over top of the other. It's just that both of them are equally important.
Hello, ma'am. Can I ask something?
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, I just want to ask that, like, how can we balance our theoretical knowledge with the practical implications? Like, I have heard people saying that there is a huge gap between like what you learn theoretically and how you are going to implement it. Now, like, how can we like bridge that gap? Like, how should we learn the things so we fit into that job or corporate life?
Okay. So I answered this question before and I'll answer this again because this is the very important. Theoretical knowledge and practical is far from each other. I would say this honestly, working in the data field, I have seen that. So the thing is, how you can excel on a practical knowledge is you have to do that. Theory, fine, you can get started. Before getting started on a project, if you think you have a data set and all of a sudden you get started on the data set without knowing anything about it, you would be overwhelmed. So what you can do is initially assign, like say you are supposed to do a task in 10 hours. I would say assign some 1.5 hours to understand, and that understanding will come by theoretical knowledge. And the rest, 8.59 hours, spend on doing that. Because practical is much more important and will take you to places rather than theoretical, I would say.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Okay, next one. Sahil.
Ma'am, I would like to know your insights on how automation and AI is going to affect our data analysis field in upcoming next to 5 or 10 years.
Okay. So one thing I would say, everyone is now scared that data science jobs and every jobs that is there is going to be taken up by AI. But as a PhD, what I have understood is that AI will never replace human beings. It is like remotely not possible, even in the next 100 years, I would say. So what the thing is, these are assistive tools. This would help you do your job better. So it is upon us to understand how we use these AI tools and AI models to help us do our job better. It's There's no way that it can replace. So you have to be least bothered about that. But what I would suggest is understand your job through and through and understand how the model works through and through. So you can use the best, you can make the best use of the model.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Vani, you want to ask something?
Yes, my question in call messages because lot of a noise.
Vanu, Vani, could you please repeat your answer? Oh, you have written. Uh, you have completed statistics 1 course and you want to start working on a project now, or maybe after statistics 2 course. So I would suggest you can work on a project which is based on statistics 1, because if you start on statistics 2 you will be overwhelmed. So maybe a small project that is based on whatever you have learned in statistic 1 will help boost your confidence and help enhance your understanding on the coursework.
Ma'am, what's the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist? Is there any difference?
Yeah, there is a difference to it. So data analysts kind of infer from whatever is there from the model. So as in whatever is there in the data. So they try to understand of what the data is trying to say. And what a data scientist does is that they try to replicate a model that thinks like human. If say you give a XYZ data, how would the model or how would the human react? So that is done by data scientists, and analysts just infer from whatever data that they have.
Okay, okay. Yes, ma'am, I got it.
Okay, next one, Pranav.
Yeah, hi. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I don't have a technical doubt per se, more like a tangential question. But before that, I just wanted to say that I really enjoyed this talk because so I've been part of this degree for close to 3 years now, and in a more passive capacity, kind of been riddled with some personal problems. So it's only off late or now that I want to put myself out there and to work and network and do all of these things to see what sticks, right? So even though the wisdom of you have to be part of communities and then talk to people and all of this is not new, but it was still it came at a nice. It was kind of timely, I would say, and you looked visibly excited while you were presenting, so that was also nice. Anyhow, coming to the question, you mentioned that one of your friends was working on an AI based chatbot for, to help students with mental health issues. So where can I read up about this work or a person if I want to follow the work? Is it possible?
So as of now, that project, first of all, I'd like to thank you for appreciating my effort. It means a lot. And second, I could help you connect with that person. So if you could reach out to me via LinkedIn, I will share that person's account and they would be further able to explain it to you better. Does that
All
work?
right. Yeah, I'll do that. My LinkedIn account is also dormant. I have not done anything since I've created it. So I don't know if you've got any filters as such. I'll
No,
just send you a request on LinkedIn and maybe you can maybe note my name. Yeah.
yeah, sure. I'll.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vani, want to ask something?
Yes. Ma'am, could you please suggest what type of project can I work? I'm not sure how to start or which kind of project would be suitable for me.
So, Vani, are you asking this in accordance with your knowledge of statistics one?
Ma'am, please repeat.
Yeah. Are you asking this in accordance with your knowledge of statistic one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, what I'll suggest is take a simple data set. Maybe uh, you could make your own data set as well. What I do is usually I measure my weight every single day, and after measuring my weight, I put it on an Excel sheet, and I have been plotting to see how I have been performing. So you could do something like that, or you could look for an already data set that has been made. Uh, you can get it on Kaggle, maybe something related to what do you say? What is the you can try to understand by how if a person is diabetic more on the male, if they are male are more diabetic or females are more diabetic, something like that. So these are some simple projects that you can do to understand.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Hi, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yeah, Varsha, I can. Please go ahead.
Yes. Actually, I thank you, ma'am, so much for this session. Like, this is like a very, like informative, and it's very encouraging. It is actually very insightful that now I can have that confidence to actually start my journey. I was actually thinking to start my data analytics journey. I was planning to, but I was so confused about everything. But like this session gives me such wonderful insights that now I think that I can go ahead. Now my question is, I have been actually blogging for finance company, which is in stock market. So how like I have been seeing datas, like numbers are always there, and how traders, like how those datas just help a trader or an investor to like place their money in the market and help and make money out of the money that they have put it in. So
Okay.
how would they do that?
So, Vasha, see, the thing is, the one domain that I always stay away from is financial domain. I have worked in finance for like 1.5 years, but that is one domain I have said, no, I am not going to, because it's such a volatile data over there. But I have an experience. My brother, he invests and he is into stock market and everything. So what he says is that the more I see what has happened, the more I'll be able to tell what is going to happen. So I myself have not dwelled into that domain, and I do not wish to ever. But what with the data, I presume you would be able to get insights, you would be able to get knowledge of what has happened, on how it has performed. Maybe there is cyclicity in the data, maybe there is volatility, something like that. So with those things, you would be able to understand and draw your inferences. That is how it helps in the financial world, is what I believe.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah, please go ahead. I would love that.
Yeah, so I worked for last 7 years for the banking company. So it happens that we have to track lot of data, what happened in one day or what happened in last 100 days. So we get that much amount of data that we cannot, like by a human brain, we cannot use it. So that's why the data analytics fields help us to like get the insights of last 5 years or 10 years, so that we can predict that how what orders they are getting, what orders is going out. So based on that, we used to put the money in the market.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much,
ma'am.
Vicky, for coming up. This is one domain I stay away from, finance. I'm very scared of dealing with money because money is such a thing ki if you make a mistake of 0.1 paise also, matlab itna kam also if you do, still it is going to be a big deal.
No,
Agar koi,
but in a money market, it's all about risk. It is not about any data analytics or anything else. It's about taking the risk. The more you take, the more you earn.
that is true, but I think so. I am not a risk taking person. Sartak, do we have any more questions?
I think no, ma'am. There are no more questions. Yeah, someone has raised the hand. Yes, Divya, unmute yourself.
Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, Divya, you are.
Okay, I wanted to ask that there are some work in like level two, level two jobs in software engineering that are automated, and people are now focusing on more complex thing. Like we have now reached to vibe coding and code stitching. So what is the similar thing happening in data science field that are completely automated, and some things and some skills that are not automated or that we really need to focus on? Should we just focus on learning new tools and technical things, or there is something else we should focus on and other thing leave on AI models to just like delegate to them?
Okay. So I would say this answer would be domain specific. So if you were to consider something like medical, in the medical domain, you cannot leave it entirely on the model because there are chances of false positives and false negatives. That is when there is not a disease, the model predicting there is a disease, and when there is a disease, the model not predicting that there is a disease. So that is a domain in healthcare, I would say, where you cannot put it entirely on the model. You need to learn skills where you use model as an assistive tool, and where can you make it into a totally automated. I would say something which is a pretty trivial task, maybe generating graphs or generating insights from sales data. That is a pretty repetitive and trivial task which human being would get bored at some point of doing that. So that could be automated fully. And I would say it's always better to learn about tools and techniques that help you work on data science, because it is an ever advancing field, and the more you learn, the more you grow.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, Vinod, you want to ask something?
Yes, Satak. Thanks for calling me name. So I just have one question. It is personal. I don't know whether it is a good question or not. So
Let's
basically, I did.
a good question. As I said, please ask questions, please.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks for that. So I did my BBA and just completed my BBA in 2017. After that, I just get a master degree in MBA in finance and HR sector. So during the COVID time, which we know we all encountered some financial crisis, and there is a lack of job market also. So I just end up in character artist for games and films. And right now I'm just want to do career transaction into data science, which is more related to my MBA degree. So how employer would see my profile? Will they consider me or about? So I just want to have some advice from you.
Okay. So see, again, this answer is a very domain specific answer, because if you were to go into a domain which you have no idea, maybe they need a AI engineer or a data scientist in the medical domain. Your profile would not be the one standing out. But as you said, you have done BBA, if I'm correct.
No, MBA in HR and finance.
MBA in HR. So, okay, fine. So, if you go to a company which works on maybe hiring people or holding drives in colleges and so on, companies like that, so they would be really glad to have you on the team because you come with a domain knowledge with which maybe the next person doesn't come up with. So of course you have to choose a domain where you can thrive, and I would suggest wherever you have experience on would be a good domain to start working.
Okay, but thanks for the answer, ma'am.
Yeah, all the best.
Okay, ma'am. One more last out. Yeah, Vicky, unmute yourself.
Okay, so my question is, earlier I was working with a banking company. I will not take the name. So now I have switched to the government sector, but I'm not liking it. Government is not, as we see, but we get inside, it is not that good. So that's why I joined this data science program. So how this will, how I need to prepare so that I can go into this corporate again.
So what I would
And
say
and
is,
and, and I'm working with like big it is a government company only. They take care of the databases of
okay,
all over India.
so you are on an excellent path. First of all, you come with a lot of experience, and experience and domain knowledge is always helpful in the field of data science. As I answered the last question, you have to search for a domain where your experience and whatever you have learned can be applied. So
Okay.
yeah, so doing transitioning into data science, you come with an experience, you come with a domain knowledge. Now what you've got to do is you've got to build your data analytics and data science skill. Start working on project, start updating yourself with the whatever has been happening into the world. Keep your working on models, so on and so forth. So doing like successive steps will take you to a job back to corporate in data science.
Yeah, no, one problem more I have, since you are telling that we need to build project, a small project, we need to take it up so that we can get the idea that how the data is going to work, how the data will show, what is it telling. So I'm living in a very remote part where we get a power connectivity of almost 4 hours. uh, uh, we cannot get a full power. So in that case, what we should do, because I don't have the access to the electricity. See, internet we have, but electricity we don't have. We are totally reliable on the solar energy and the energy which we get by the government. So that
Okay.
is not truly like in a city you get 24 hours, but in where I'm staying, it is I will get for only 4 hours in a day. So how should I use this 4 hours so that I will get maximum out of it? Should I use it for the coding or practical things, or shall I study more?
Okay. So this question I relate to personally because I come from a very remote place. I am not sure if everyone knows over here. I am from Port Blair, Andaman and Nicobar Island. So over there also we have a lot of problem of connectivity, and my job was also online. So even I face this issue. So what I used to do is the 4 hours that I would get, if I were to get 4 hours, I'll spend 1 hour on studying, and then other 3 hours I'll spend on coding. So I suggest you do the same.
Yeah, and I am in Arunachal for a single end term. I have to travel 2 days by walking, and then I will get a bus or government transport. Then I will be able to go to give the end term. So I'm facing it little bit challenging, but I just wanted to make out of more that so that I can take more advantage of this course.
So, see, one thing I would always say is God gives the hardest struggles to the toughest warriors. You'll surely make something out of it. The only thing is, I would suggest is please keep on doing things so that you can, get better than what you are today as compared to what you were yesterday. Just keep on taking some steps so that you reach somewhere.
Thank you.
All the best. Are these all?
I guess that's it.
Yes, ma'am.
Is work experience required before masters? I mean, to get a job
Not really. You
from
would it depends from person to person. If you want to explore the job market before doing masters, you are most welcome to. But again, it is not a mandatory thing that you have to have a job experience before doing masters.
from what I've heard, employers tend to ask for work experience if you have done masters. Work experience before you started your masters. I mean,
That is not actually true, because I have had friends who have just done their bachelor's and masters and they have gotten job, or as I have from bachelor's I have done job, then I have shifted to masters. So it depends from company to company. I wouldn't say that's a hard and fast rule to it.
thank you.
I guess that brings us to the end of the Q&A session. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out ma'am on LinkedIn or us on LinkedIn. So as we come to the end of this amazing session, we would like to express a heartfelt gratitude to you, ma'am, for sharing your valuable time and knowledge with us today. Your journey and insights have been truly inspiring, and we are grateful to the opportunity to learn from you.
Thank you
To
so
all
much,
our
Anu.
attendees, thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank you,
and be a
ma'am.
part of this wonderful session.
Thank you.
Sarkar and Anuva, you
Thank
have been indispensable for helping make this session happen. So I am really thankful for that. And I'm so glad I could get to interact with all of you, because I was at your place some 3-4 years back. So if I can reach, I'm sure that every one of you can reach.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you,
for
ma'am.
that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'll drop off now.
Yes, I'm
Yes,
sure.
ma'am.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To all our attendees, thank you for your active participation and enthusiasm throughout the session. We hope you leave today with newfound clarity and motivation as you take your first steps into the exciting world of data science. On behalf of Saranda House and the AnalytIQs, we wish you all great success in your future endeavors. Stay curious, keep learning, and continue striving for excellence. We can't wait to learn and grow together as a community. If you haven't already, do fill out the membership form. Thank you once again and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Anuva and Sarthak.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And please be active and stay tuned for more wonderful sessions. Okay, so
Sarthak, just share the membership form once again in the chat box.
yeah. Wait. I'm sharing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Yashwardhan, for sharing the link.
Thank you.
Okay, so it's time to
I
wrap up
guess
the
that's
session.
all.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.